Furious Corp connects all the dots and really just myopically focuses on solving business problems, not, more ad problems or more tech problems. It's just really about making the lives and productivities of our customers, who specifically are broadcasters, publishers, owners, and distributors of video content, their lives easier. It's really simple.
So what are some of those problems though? Like, what are the things that these guys are faced with?
The tools that they're given to run their business aren't business tools, they're delivery tools. It's like Amazon using UPS to plan its business and manage its P&L, right? I mean, these are delivery systems, and the systems that are in place today, were not built and architected and deployed during a time and place where conversion was anything more than, a silly word that nobody knows what it means and uses a lot, like programmatic, right? Just sort of the equivalent of today. So yeah, I think it's really that simple. It's a new day, and there was never really a role for someone to play with integrity, because they didn't have enough runway to actually execute and deliver to that promise of bringing all the pieces together to make the sum of the parts greater. I think the biggest heartburn of publishers right now is that they have a legacy business that has been highly profitable and is being disrupted and fragmented and morphing into a business more and more every day that is substantially less profitable and at a much higher cost to service, right? Not only are the sort of dollars different because the value of the inventory in digital versus traditional may be greater on a cost per thousand basis, but the volume is less still. Right? So top line revenue is not as attractive on the other side. And the profitability is not as attractive because digital is minimum of 5x cost of service of traditional media and programmatic's minimum of a 10x. So why is anybody going to rush into that pool when they know the water's cold, right? I think the other side of the way to sort of look at it is just at a point in time in our industry, what are the challenges for which we're solving? And I'm not sure that we're always having the conversations about the right challenges because we're not using a language to talk about them that is unifying. It's divisive.
So when you look at 2016, if you had to make a couple of predictions as far as what 2016 looks like in comparison to where we've been in 2015, what do you think the landscape looks like? Does it change dramatically or is it more the same?
I'm hopeful, right? So it's going to change. I believe that there is going to be finally some acknowledgement and recognition that not one person, regardless of how much free cash flow you print in a fiscal quarter, can be all things to everybody, period, right? There's also, I think, going to start to be reverence that it was display and search that printed money. Video doesn't, and television may have done at one point, but it doesn't any longer. And so I think that, this is a time of FUD, as one of our investors intelligently used that phrase, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And I hope that we just get to a point where, in lieu of marking territory and being divisive as an industry, there is a recognition that we all need one another to actually deliver the sea change. And then individually it's step changes, or as my head of product says, who's one of the smartest people I know, it's about progress, not change today. I think there is finally a business to be had and revenue and profit by providing connective tissue, whether it's workflow extension between buyers and sellers, it's building that bridge, or it is automation and connecting those systems, etc. I question whether or not you can butter your bread on both sides still, right? I mean, at Furious, we've picked a horse. We identified that publishers and distributors and suppliers up the food chain, one, were grossly underserved. Buyers and marketers and agencies adopt technology first, so they're served first in the maturation of any advertising or media ecosystem that we can look back on. And I think right now where we are with premium content moving, right, in this direction. And I think also that, at the end of the day, there is an incredible opportunity for us as an industry to make things easier and more simple by continually adding layers on top of complexity and data and more things on the bucket list of planners and ad ops people and data, analysts to do. We don't actually move the ball further down the field, right? It's actually we were on the first down maybe the beginning of 2015. We're sort of on the third down, And if we get it, it's only because the other team screwed up, right? So I'm not sure that that's success. So I think that next year the hand's going to be forced that we're going to recognize that there are enough problems to solve, that the amount of time it's taken us to solve what are the most basic problems has been too long. So we're going to recognize that we have to work together to do that and get down the field faster.